Well, happy Saturday, Vinyl Community people. It's Mike, MGK Boston. Wasn't going to do a video really, and then I watched a couple this morning after my run. Jacob over in Denmark, Jacob's music channel. He's got this alphabet thread thing going. Looks like he's kind of doing one letter per week. And he was up to the letter E. I'm going to jump forward and do the letter F because E kind of was, I didn't have enough going on with E, and I've got a lot of F, so it was the next letter, so I'm going to jump forward, Jacob. So I saw Mark over at Twanger's Turntable. He's done a couple of these. Morten Astad, his channel. He's almost neighbors, actually, with Jacob. Jacob's in Denmark. Morten's in Oslo sometimes, and then he goes to Denmark, and he goes back and forth. And, yeah, so they're like neighbors. But anyway, yeah, so it's just a bunch, you show a bunch of artists with that. The band name is F. And I'm going to do surname if it's a solo artist with the letter F. Much to the chagrin of Steve at All the World's a Stage, he files by first name. It's always been controversial in the vinyl community, but I'm a surname guy all the way. So yeah, when I started my channel, I did this thing. I tried to get it going. It didn't really take off. Called Alphabet Soup, and it was a similar thing to what Jacob's doing. I would just do a video with all one letter with the artist, right? So anyway, I'm going on and on about it all day. Let's just dive right in. F it, right? It's Front 242. This is from Brussels, Belgium. I saw these guys. It's heavy industrial electronic. This is their third release from 1988. I saw them on the Lollapalooza tour in 1992. I went back to back. I went 92 and 93. Both of those were up at the old Molson Park, north of Toronto, up in Barrie. I think that's a shopping mall up there now. I know Rob at Northern Revolutions. I had mentioned going to Lollapalooza up there, and he said it was a mall up there now or something like that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. If you're in the clubs at the time, alternative clubs, you were going to hear this stuff, and it was really good. I don't know if they were on the Wax Trax label. No, it says here they were on Network, which was a Canadian label. That's odd. Maybe distributed Network. So you can see it's this weird kind of futuristic, apocalyptic looking thing. Very electronic, so the way it looks, like all the font, all the numbers, the times of the songs. So Until Death Us Do Part is really cool. And of course, big single on this one is a track called Headhunter. Really good. Headhunter is probably the best song by Front 242, so check that out. All right, kicking off the letter F. All right. Yes, let's get on the elevator for some elevator music. This is from my late great dad's collection. It's from the Gavin Kelly collection, yes. Percy Faith and his orchestra. Percy Faith was an orchestra leader originally from Toronto, but ended up in the States because his music career took off, right? So here he is directing this chorus of fine-looking ladies over here. So it's kind of like the Ray Conniff of singers. He had an orchestra, Percy Faith did, led the orchestra, conducting and all that. And then he had this chorus of hot chicks singing songs like Sunny. They do a version of that on here. The Look of Love. And For Those in Love, the title track. And clearly these two are in love. It looks like they're celebrating their love right there in the forest. He's coming in here, coming in hot. Yeah. I would too. She's looking good. All right, Foghat, right? Live right here. So I always thought Foghat were from the States, but no, they're from England. Here they are. Look at that. Eh? I'm just jealous. I don't have hair like that. Maybe that beard too, right? Look at this guy, right? Look at that handlebar mustache. So yeah, great, like just a classic rock, blues rock band. Nothing fancy here. It's just great party music. Yeah, and this is just a really good live album. Of course, Fool for the City on here. Road Fever is probably my favorite song on this one. And they do a version of Slow Ride, which is one of their biggest hits. And Honey Hush, too. That's a really good traditional blues number on there. And yeah, they make it their own on this. Pretty cool cover, right? You see it slide. Cool, like a kaleidoscope. So, and that's Foghat Live. Release date on that one, 1977. Yeah, F it. We're gonna F it here with some Fleetwood Mac, the Peter Green years. This is a double LP set. It's a compilation. This was in a collection I got, so that's why it's got some writing on it, but the record's in good shape despite the wear on that sleeve. So on the inside here, there you can see drummer, there's Mick Fleetwood right there in the back. So yeah, some of the tracks on here, Jigsaw Puzzle Blues, Black Magic Woman, of course they did the original, and then Santana covered it. No Place to Go, Cold Black Night. I mean, it's really good. Very bluesy with Peter Green. Peter Green was out. This was a compilation released after he left in 1971. Green left in 1970, just through a cloud of LSD. He was really out of it, and he kind of split and a little eccentric. And then, of course, Fleetwood Mac became what we know today. It just became more like a pop rock band, later on in the 70s. Hard to believe when you listen to this. But no, I'm not against later Fleetwood Mac. It's fine. Whatever. Yeah, F it, right? Jose Feliciano, speaking of screwing it, it's screwing around with the guitar here. So, yeah, he kind of had a flamenco take on a lot of pop rock in late 60s, early 70s. He was active right through the 70s. Don't know what album this was. This was released in 1968. Just flamenco interpretations of just pop rock music, right? It's on the RCA label. So, yeah, you can see the promo on the cover here. Does a cover of The Doors, Light My Fire, right? All instrumentals. Cover California Dreamin' on here. Don't Let the Sun Catch You Crying. This is nice background music. This is, of course, I got this used somewhere along the way. And I have one other album by Jose Feliciano. It's a live album. But yeah, it's really good. Quite listenable. All right. And a little more modern rock here. This is the Flaming Lips, of course, in the States. Don't ask me what city. I can't remember. But this was, believe it or not, like their 9th release. They had been very active all through the 90s. This one released in 1999. 9th release in 1999. So they had like sort of a cult following. So they had this one, and then I'm right here in the Fs. This was the precursor to probably their biggest album, Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots. Really excellent, really arguably a masterpiece. This one from 2002. This one from 1999. So anyway, I was talking about this one first. So some of the songs, the track listing is kind of inverted here. So what do we got? Race for the Prize kicks it off. What is the Light was the single from this one. So very good. Soft Bulletin and Yoshimi. Flaming Lips. All right, one more CD here. Yes, it's the Fine Young Cannibals. So yeah, that's fronted by Roland Gift. English Beat, when they split, Ranking Roger and Dave Wakeling, of course, formed General Public, and that left these two other guys, Dave Steele and Andy Cox. They're on the side there, and in the center is the singer Roland Gift. Very interesting fact about these guys I didn't realize. I'm like, where did Roland Gift come from? Because he didn't come from the English Beat. They auditioned upwards of around 500 vocalists to get the right sound because they wanted to have this pop ska sound, kind of like the English Beat, right? And General Public went in that direction too. So anyway, they found Roland Gift, perfect match. He's got this high falsetto, kind of almost like Jimmy Somerville from Bronski Beat. Really good. They only did this album and the follow-up called Raw and the Cooked, I think it's called. I only have this self-titled debut. It's really good. Johnny Come Home was the big single from this. Don't Ask Me to Choose. They do a brilliant cover of Elvis Presley's Suspicious Minds. Look up any of those songs. You won't be disappointed. Fine Young Cannibals. Self-titled debut from 1985. I had a record copy of that, a vinyl copy, from high school when it came out. But again, it's one of those that grew legs and it's no longer around. Yeah, speaking of the 80s, yeah, look at that, eh? Wow, what an image. All right, it's Frankie Goes to Hollywood, 12-inch single for Relax, of course. Relax, Don't Do It. 1983, of course, taken from the double LP, Welcome to the Pleasure Dome, which I also have. I just like the cover art on this. Yeah, I'm gonna gay it up a bit here with Frankie and the boys. So yeah, really fun band produced by Trevor Horn. I really like these guys. I'm trying to think of the lead singer's name on here. Where is it listed here? Yeah, don't you hate that when you have a brain fart like that? Anyway, there's a 7 version on one side. Oh, Holly Johnson's the lead singer. Yeah, you can see the Island label right there, and ZDT. I don't know if that was some subsidiary. Trevor Horn was involved with that one. I don't know if he ran ZDT Records. I'll spit that out. So one side you've got the 7-inch version, and then on the other side you've got the extended mix coming in around 7 minutes and change. So that's Frankie Goes to Hollywood for the letter F, and Relax. Really good single. Just relax. Take it easy. I'm getting to the end here. All right. Here's a triple shot here of Steve Forbert, pop singer-songwriter from the 70s, still active today. I was going to go see him in 2021. He was playing here in Cambridge. But there was all these COVID rules still, and I was just, you gotta have a blood test, you gotta have a mask, you gotta wear a spacesuit. I was like, I'm not doing all that. So yeah, I didn't go see him, but I definitely wouldn't. It was because it was in a small venue. It would have been perfect. But yeah, this is his debut, Alive on Arrival, 1978, right there. Going Down to Laurel's a good tune on here. Big City Cat, and Grand Central Station, March 18th, 1977. That's a long name for a song, but it's really good. Anything on here is really good. There's this follow-up here. It's Jack Rabbit Slim. Cool thing. And then the back, some guy riding a rabbit. That's pretty wild, isn't it? Weird. Romeo's Tune was a big single on this, and it was later covered by, I can't think of it, one of these new bro country guys did a version of it. This is way better. Oh, it's the guy married to Nicole Kidman. Geez, I'm just forgetting names all over. Keith Urban, he did a cover of it. Avoid that and listen to the original of Romeo's Tune. Much better. Steve Forbert. And the third album right here, Little Stevie Orbit. This was he was kind of going like this for me at this point, and the label dropped him after this. He did make a comeback. Like I said, he's still at it today. But this has a couple of moments. I'm one tune on here called I'm an Automobile. I'm just hooked on phonics today. All right, so that's closing out a triple set of Steve Forbert. I've shown this one before, but I just love the cover art on this. It's the Fabulous Thunderbirds from Austin, Texas. Straight up blues. I wouldn't call it blues rock. It's like more of a blues outfit, like barroom blues, like George Thorogood. Really awesome. This is back when Jimmy Vaughn was still in the band right there, and there's the lead singer, Kim Wilson. Two other sidemen here riding in the back. They're up for a little drive. Pretty cool car. And on the back here, I like how they point out all the features. It's almost like you're looking at a brochure when you're buying this. I don't know if this is a Cadillac or what. No, it's a T-Bird, because they're the Fabulous Thunderbirds. What am I saying? And that's a Fabulous Thunderbird. So I can't tear it up enough. It's a good one on there. You're Humbugging Me is a good one. And Diddy Wad Diddy's good too. So that's the Fabulous T-Birds. All right, I know Jacob likes this hard stuff. So here's Fu Manchu, a little stoner metal from San Diego, California. It's Fu Manchu. This is their third release from 1996. Just straight up stoner rock, nothing fancy here. Looks like a street drag race about to happen. Regal Beagle, Asphalt Rising, Neptune's Convoy. Any of those are good tracks on here. And Cyclone Launch, that's a good one too. What a great name for a song. It's a cyclone launch, right? So that's Fu Manchu. So yeah, I will leave a link in the description to Jacob's music channel. His channel is simply called Jacob's Music Channel, as well as my friend Morten Ostad. I will put a link to his channel and his response to, I think he did the letter C, it was one I just watched. And Mark over at Twanger's Turntable, friend of mine, he's up in Canada. And Mark's done a couple, so I'll dump in his last one too. So you'll have 3 links in the description below to check out, because I didn't print out any visual aids today like I usually have my 8.5 by 11 sheets, because I thought of this video in like 5 minutes. So here I am. So I hope you're having a good Saturday, whatever you're doing. The sun is shining here. Like I said, I was able to get out for a little run with Patty earlier, and that was pleasant. So yeah, I'll just see you next time, and enjoy your weekend wherever you are in the world.